Hey everyone, we finally got all the ingredients. We're going to be making super duper old coffee. Right here we have coffee grounds from the 1940s. Right here we have sugar from the 1950s. Right here we have powdered milk from the 1950s, 1953 specifically. And we have billion-year-old water right here. We're going to be making coffee. So I have older coffee than this. I have a container of coffee over there from the 1930s, but I'm choosing the 1940s coffee because it's similar to the age of the milk and the sugar. I also have some coffee from the 1980s. I also have sugar from the 1980s, but the milk, all I got is 1950s and 1960s. So these are the products I'm choosing today to make this. So we got to make some milk we're going to use as a creamer, and then we're going to use some sugar. First, we got to start up the coffee maker. First thing we got to do is get the coffee maker running. Just went ahead and plugged it in. Put a filter in there. We want some nice strong coffee, so I'm going to use I think we might use up the rest of this one actually. Yeah. Use that one up. That smells so good. For something that's 85 years old or so, that smells awesome. Fill up the back. All right, that'll be ready in like 10 minutes, and we'll let that start cooling in the meantime. Now we got to make up some milk. Look at that, the coffee maker just got started. I just grabbed some water. Let's mix up some. I got this tool here called a throfter that works really good for mixing stuff, especially stuff like this. This old powdered milk, there's only one ingredient, milk. There's no emulsifiers. These days they add chemicals called emulsifiers that helps it mix into liquids. Those aren't good for you, those chemicals. This is actually better for you, this older stuff. But they do sell that. They still sell 100% milk powder these days. Don't worry, you can still buy it. But a lot of the stuff they sell these days is not. Now, I didn't have to make this into milk. I could just add this into the coffee. Maybe I will add some of this just into the coffee. But I love this old milk, so I gotta make some of it. There we go, mixing it right on in. Look at that. Nice. The mistake I made last time I made powdered milk was I put the powder in first. But if you put the powder on the top, it just sucks it right into this thing's propeller. Look at that. Real fast. I mixed it by hand once for like 20 minutes to get it perfect. This gets it perfect in like a minute. So good. And this throfter is only like $5. I don't think it will do it with the powdered milk. I don't know. Yeah, it is. It's starting to get sudsy. There we go. Nice. Delicious. I love powdered milk. Got our sugar there. Just waiting on the coffee. In the meantime, I think I'm going to go ahead and grab some coffee mugs. I can drink a lot of this. We're not going to need all this. All right, pot of coffee's done. We lost a little bit of water, probably absorbed into those grounds. That smells so good. So over here we got a lot of that old powdered milk actually. We have 1, 2, 3 jars full still. You see it's got that little yellowish tint. Then we also have a whole bunch here from the 1960s. This one's actually more powdery. It looks better and everything, but it tastes the same. The reason one's yellow, apparently, I looked it up, yellowish milk actually comes from grass-fed cows, and the white stuff is a little different. So that's basically it. And here's the container of the stuff from the 60s. The milk that looks slightly better came out of that can right there. So I think we're ready now to pour some coffee. Yeah, look at that coffee. Look how dark that is. We've used a lot of grounds and it's very, very rich. So this one we're going to use a lot of just powdered creamer. And these other ones will mix a lot of the milk in. I didn't make as much coffee as I thought. And I just spilled it. It's okay. We'll clean that up in a bit. So here we got powdered creamer. We're going to put in there. That should mix fairly well. Yeah, we're almost out of it. I think we got enough in here for maybe doing one more thing sometime. Nah, we'll just use it up. There's not much in there. Then we'll clean that mason jar off. See the Sharpie that comes off with rubbing alcohol so you can repurpose it. Now let's use some of the pre-made milk in here. Good. Let's open up our 1950s sugar. Personally, I'm someone who doesn't like putting sugar in my coffee. I don't mind it not being as sweet. I don't like to put a ton of sugar into my diet. But there's a good amount of sugar now in all these coffees, so this should taste pretty good. Look at all that sugar. Make sure you clean off the top of your mason jar like that so it can seal nicely. Time to mix them. Give it a little bit to cool down. I'm surprised. Look at this. I thought this milk was actually going to dissolve fast in the really hot coffee. Oh, now it dissolved fast. I gotta be careful I don't spill it. I gotta keep lightly hitting the button because this thing only has one speed. Yeah, I can still feel on the bottom that sugar's not dissolving. Woo, nice. And I'll try mixing it one more time. Right before I give them a try, I'm going to give them like maybe 5-10 minutes to cool down because this is still very, very hot coffee. All right, everyone, it's a bit later. These have cooled down. First off, that first sip was amazing because the powdered milk, you can put a ton of it in there. It actually makes it pretty thick. And this frother here makes it sudsy. You do it a whole bunch like that, it actually makes it super sudsy, and that's awesome. That's amazing. So sweet with all that sugar. Let's give this one a try. Yeah, this one's like regular coffee. because this we put so much powdered milk in it that it made it thick like a coffee milkshake. And this one too should also be like a coffee milkshake. Not quite as much. Yeah, this came out perfect. I love this stuff. I like very milky coffee. So I'm mixing a bunch of that back in there. Yeah, I like that a lot better. Diluted. Because this is extremely strong coffee we made today. That was a lot of coffee ground. I like it. And I hope today's video was interesting, everyone. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.